Yeah, come on in this morning. Yeah, come on in, somebody, this afternoon. Yeah, y'all already know what's up, what's good, what's popping, what's cracking, what's perking, lady, what's really good in the hood. It is your man Theo Butler, and welcome to another episode of I Ain't Saying. I'm just saying, yeah, come on, yeah, come on, y'all, come on in. Welcome, and y'all already see the episode title and everything like that. In memory of Chadwick Boseman. Before we begin, like, share, subscribe. If you like, leave a comment. If you don't like, leave a constructive comment. This video is actually dedicated to the man that we seem to be in disagreement about. Because if I said in an earlier video, they like to paint us pro-recasters as being disrespectful to the memory of Chadwick Boseman, when truth be told, we couldn't be anything else. So let me see if me going down my memory of Chadwick Boseman is disrespectful, or whether or not I probably got it right when it comes to honoring the legacy of Chadwick Boseman. See, when you think about Chadwick Boseman, you got to remember the fact that this man comes from humble beginnings. You got to remember that he comes from a small town where his mom and dad had to work, so his older brother had to raise him and his younger siblings. We got to take into consideration that this man, when he could have chose to go to any university he wanted to, he chose to go to a HBCU, Howard University. We need to take into consideration that Felicia Rashad, one of the young ladies who pioneered the age when we had responsible black television. Responsible black television. She reached out to another man who came along during that time frame, who we herald is one of the best black actors to ever do it, Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington didn't think about himself. Denzel Washington thought about the future when it came to acting. And he thought about the fact that we needed more black actors in Hollywood. As I do this tribute to Chadwick Boseman, there's going to be a reoccurring theme. If you love Chadwick Boseman, you'll catch it. Without thinking twice, Denzel Washington thought about the future, our future, as black people. And if we can't say anything else about Denzel Washington, we can say that he is a proud black man. Denzel Washington ensured our future by making sure Chadwick Boseman was able to attend drama school without having to worry about any financial drama. Each one teach one. It wasn't enough that Chadwick Boseman graduated from Howard. He never forgot that he was black. So even when he got his shine on that soap opera, he thought about the character that he was playing. See, the character that he was playing was a stereotypical black male. A black male without a father. Didn't know where his daddy was. Mom was on drugs. Chadwick Boseman recognizing the responsibility that he had, not only to himself, but to young black boys, to a black race at large, had questions. You heard him talk about it in his speech to Howard. He even mentioned it, how the producers were so in love with him. They said he could ask them anything, and he did. We know he asked. We know he was no longer retained on that soap opera. But Chadwick Boseman did not let it stop there. If you do not know, you need to know that in the movie, Gods of Egypt, the reason why he took on the role was because he knew there was a lack of representation of blackness in the movie, and he wanted us, he thought about more than him, to see a black face in that movie. Otherwise, there stood a great chance in which there would have been no black gods in the Gods of Egypt. But Chadwick Boseman's role taken when it came to understanding the significance of giving back didn't just stop and start there. He played the role of Jackie Robinson. And we need to understand that Jackie Robinson was a pioneer, not for himself, but for a race of others to come along and play in Major League Baseball, in which they had no opportunity to do so before. Chadwick Boseman understood the significance of that role. No different than he understood the role of James Brown, the godfather of rock and roll, not the godfather of R&B, the godfather of rock and roll. See, right now, today, anybody and everybody can name off all types of rock and roll groups to you. Def Leppard, White Snake, ZZ Top. You understand what I'm saying? They can name Kiss. But the godfather of rock and roll, i.e. the man who is responsible for rock and roll, is James Brown. And Chadwick Boseman, no, you needed to know it, because there were too many of us who didn't know James Brown. We wouldn't know the significance of the black man when it comes to rock and roll history. Chad Boseman, by playing the role of James Brown, make sure you understand that. You don't forget that. He played the role of a man you will not forget. No different. No different than when he played the role of the first black Supreme Court judge. See, we need to understand that Supreme Court judge fought for black people. Thurgood Marshall fought for our equality. Yes, Chadwick Boseman took on roles that were historically significant, so we would never forget them. Because a lot of y'all that came along and can only say Chadwick Boseman, you never, aside from somebody telling you, experienced the greatness of these men. Think it's a game? My mother was a James Brown fan. The picture of James Brown, a concert she attended, was on the bedroom wall I was raised in after she passed, thus teaching me to respect the legacy of a man I never had the pleasure of hearing live. Everything I got was a recording, a hearsay. No different than the great things that Thurgood Marshall had done for us. You get to know that. If you love Chadwick Boseman, you also think about the times that he's talked about the lack of black actors in Hollywood, stating that we would never get what Ocean's 11 gave us, 12 gave us, 13 gave us, an ensemble male cast with a plethora of black male actors. Yes, Anthony Mackie, that debunks that nonsense you said about nobody could fill Chadwick Boseman's shoes, because see, unlike you, Anthony, Chadwick never wanted to be the only brother in the screen. He wanted to be surrounded by his fellow brothers. I.e., he's not a selfish individual. And he never has been, if you listen to how he speaks, because when he talked about the role of T'Challa, he talked about the significance of what it meant to not only black boys, but to black people at large. When you look at Chadwick Boseman and you look at the role of T'Challa and you look at kids falling on their faces crying, it ain't the kids surprising Chadwick Boseman. It's Chadwick Boseman surprising the kids. This man never has been selfish. And the fact that I can articulate it like this, don't come on my channel ever again telling me that I don't have any respect for the man. Last I checked, I got 330 followers. I don't like that word. I got 330 people that rock with me. I love that phrase, because just like they rock with me, I rock with them. Just like how we rock with Chadwick, Chadwick rock with us. Chadwick understood the significance of the role of T'Challa. His brother understood it too. they also understood the significance of shooting, which is why his brother was able to say that to him, black women are already queens. Chadwick married a queen. Chadwick was raised by a queen. Chadwick was raised by a king. We know that. We understand that. And when we talk about honoring Chadwick Boseman, we don't talk about ending his legacy by killing off a character. We talk about preserving his legacy in many ways in which many other people, many other ethnicities have honored their fallen hero. See, Chadwick Boseman is a real life hero. His powers aren't those of the Black Panther. His powers are those of truth and inspiration. So in case you missed the reoccurring thing, in a case you want to sell us short, those of y'all that rock with me already know what this means when I bring this out. Honor, continuing the legacy. I'm waiting on y'all to say something about that statue. All you, we don't give a damn about the T'Challas. I'm waiting on you to say something about that statue that I need erected in Chadwick Boseman's honor. I'm waiting on you to say something about that Hollywood, that star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I'm waiting on you to say something about that because I need that in my life. I'm doing everything I can to hold it down right now. I'm waiting on my Chadwick Boseman biopic. I ain't gotta wait no years. He passed last year. Nate Moore, you say you give so much love about this dude. Y'all don't give a damn about T'Challa recasters. Y'all go ahead and tweet Nate Moore and say we need to get this movie made by the House of Mouse. Since y'all can come over here so much and go bother everybody else, y'all go ahead and bother Nate Moore, Disney, Kevin Feige. Tell them we need this Chadwick Boseman movie biopic while y'all over here bumping y'all gums. Yes, yes, yes. And then while y'all thinking about how we gonna have this burial scene for the King of Wakanda, y'all go ahead and tell them to do what Avengers 45 did and name the next helicarrier after Chadwick Boseman. That's the least they could do. Hell, The Harder They Fall had nothing to do with the Marvel timeline, and they managed to name a train car after Chadwick Boseman. Yeah. How about this one? How about we do what we've done for fictional characters like Harley Quinn and John Diggle? How about we write Chadwick Boseman into Marvel Comics? That way he never dies. See, I can think of a lot of ways of preserving Chadwick Boseman's legacy. Given more time, I'm pretty sure I can think of 1,000 more. But I know a damn dude who took a matter of minutes to come up with one comment. Few minutes is what it took for him to honor Chadwick Boseman. Closed-minded people like him can only think of one way. Well, hell, I'm glad I'm not your damn friend or your parent. I'd like to think that you have more than one way of celebrating my death. Don't we have more than one way of celebrating somebody's birthday? You overcooked the grits. Chadwick Boseman meant a lot to everybody, not just you. The difference is we understand what the character represented too. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Peace.